Aaron Hernandez found dead after allegedly hanging himself in his prison cell overnight. They found him at 3 in the morning dead. My first reaction, isn't that what people want? So my first reaction to that was that he was murdered. And here's why. There is no way all those brothers that are in there doing life without a good attorney liked watching him get acquitted of double murder last week and get all happy and then have his great lawyer, Baez, talk about getting an appeal on the Otis Lloyd murder and getting ready to file an appeal to get him off on that one, and to see him walk out of 3 murders and walk out of that prison when the rest of them are going to stay there for the rest of their lives. I think they said enough of this, and I think they hung him. I think they killed him and hung him. I don't know how they did it, whether they drugged him or whether 3 or 4 dudes held him down and hung him. I don't know what happened, but I don't believe a guy that just got off on double murder charges offed himself when he can smell the light at the end of the tunnel. When you got a lawyer like that gets off baby killers, and a guy that I believe fully pulled up to the side of that car and double murdered both of those dudes after that bar drink splash, I believe he killed all 3 of them. So 2 in that double murder and the Lloyd, I think he did all of them. I said today, I was on an East Line saying, I think the guy thinks, at the time he was running with guns and the like, Ottawa won the game 1-0. So I think that he thought that he was basically Al Capone, right? He's a gangster, big tough guy with all of his tattoos, and he's running with thugs. And I think from the jump, after his dad died, he became a punk ass, even though he had a $40 million deal with the Pats and a life of Riley. He was from Bristol. He was from the area. He was from New England. He got drafted by him, had everything, and he still found a way to screw it up with his temper and all of his loser friends and shenanigans and tough guy BS. I think he killed all those people. And then I think that everyone in that prison thought he was getting off and that he was getting out of there. Because what do they do in prison, Carver High? They think about one thing, getting out. When are they going to get out? When are they going to get their appeal? When is their lawyer going to call them and get them out of there? Or when is somebody going to get them out of there? On bail, with a lawyer, case flipped, whatever, appeal. They want out, right? No one wants to be in prison. And no one in prison wants to watch some guy that commits 3 murders walk out because he has a good lawyer, or he's famous, or he's a football star, or whatever. I think they killed him. His happiness is not everyone else's happiness in the prison. There's people that aren't happy that he's happy. You know what I mean? It's a gangland in there. Now, there's no denying it, right? It's a nightmare in that prison. Trust me. It doesn't matter which one you're in. And there's guys listening right now in prisons all over North America. Believe me, they love this show. And they know that I speak their language at the very least. That they're not interested in other people's happiness. They're interested in their own, getting out, right? Simple as that. Some guy gets off on double murder and he's all happy, smiley, and celebrating and going back into an appeal with that Baez lawyer to get off on the Lloyd murder. They weren't having it. They killed him. I think they killed him. Why would a guy that just got off on double murder charges, and there's actually a crack in his case for an appeal, that he has a lawyer that good, by the time that guy's done with that case, he wasn't even there when Lloyd was murdered. I mean, he wasn't even there when these other 2 were murdered now, right? He got off. If he can get him off on double murder, what do you think he can do with him for Lloyd? I think get him out. So, I think that's a very rough place he was living, and I think they handled it themselves. That's called, prison handling it their way, their own judgment, their own, meet your maker. The judge, jury, and executioner is right in the prison.